Hello, this is DBLTALK73. Uh, we're going to see what we can do this morning about catching some bass. Okay, we're going to go down into Florida, and what we're going to be using is the Rivertech Salmonator, Thunderspin 5500, the X Series Fluoro 025 line, and our X Series Frog Popper. And then a little later, in the early morning hours down there, we're going to try to see if we can catch a peacock bass with this 1.5 ounce purple and black single spoon. So let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. Travel down here. Make sure you got a license. And we're going to fish here. And we want to fish the 3 to 5 a.m., then the 9 to 11, 3 to 5, 9 to 11, 9 to 11, excuse me, 3 to 5, 3 to 5. It's early. Okay, let's go fishing. We're going to start off with a 3 to 5 peak and see what we can do, or see what I can do. So let's run on out here. And I know I don't want to be a snob, but let's go into a private room. Okay. Now going out here. Going time to 3 to 5 a.m. Okay. See if I can beat this tunnel for a uni. The 1-speed retrieve popping. And I fish mainly 3 places when I'm fishing for bass down here. This is the first place, the right side of the tunnel. And each time I catch a fish, I move. That's a good start. Then I fish over here along this bank of reeds. Go back in the hole. Same deal. Just over and over. Catch one and move. Catch one and move. Or if I move like 3 casts and nothing happens, I go ahead and move back. And I don't catch many commons this way. I like to fish the night peaks because the larger bass are more active. Okay, here's the third place, right on the left side of the tunnel. That's called Infinity Tunnel. And I like that lure because it'll go across the top of weed beds and lily pads and things like that, and not get hung up, so you don't lose fishing time by getting snagged. And you can get that lure by fishing 30 consecutive days in Louisiana. And I have a video that shows you how to do that without spending a lot of money or a lot of bait coins, because usually if you're going to go from time to time to time to time, each time you go, it uses a bait coin. So if you don't want to use 30 bait coins to do that, to get this lure, then watch my video. It'll show you how. You can get this lure in about less than 10 minutes and be there in Louisiana for 30 consecutive days or nights. You want to go from night to night, and it only takes one bait coin, and you're gonna get it back. You're gonna get more than that back, plus this lure. Okay, enough about that. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you would. I just hope you enjoy the video. I have other videos, of course, and all I'm trying to do is teach. Don't have any ads. They're not going to bother you with coming in the middle of what's going on the video or on the stream and an ad come in. I don't intend to monetize this channel. This is for fun. This next cast, I'm going to show you a technique that my oldest son employs when he fishes down here. And I haven't heard of anybody else using it. Works for him. Sometimes it does for me, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, this is what he likes to do. It's a one-speed constant retrieve, and it's pop, pop, pull. Pop, pop, pull. And he catches a lot of fish. It's just his way. I just seem to catch more with a constant retrieve, so. Okay, third cast. If we don't catch one, I'll go ahead and move over along the reed bed to the left. And I don't care whether I catch commons or unis or trophies. I just like to catch fish. We'll probably do about 3 peaks here, and then we'll move to Louisiana. Now I'm going to change my streaming time. I was planning on streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I've usually got a lot of stuff that I need to do on those days, so Tuesdays and Thursdays are a lot easier for me, so I'm going to start streaming Tuesday and Thursday starting at 9 o'clock. And I'll try to have it set up where we can go different places. Same old thing gets tiresome. I'm sure it does for y'all. Well, they opened up the Weeping Willow Fisheries in England yesterday in the update. Man, it's expensive to fish there. A rod and a reel combo costs about $125,000. Then you have to buy. They got 11 new pages of bait, 3 new pages of hooks, all carp bait, all carp hooks, carp leaders, carp sinkers for bottom rods. Man, it's, oh, and they are camouflage sinkers. I spent over $300,000 traveling there and fishing and getting set up and everything, and caught, I think I caught $14,000, $15,000 worth of fish. So I decided that maybe that's probably not the place I need to fish. It's $20,000 to travel there for one day. 10,000 travel, 10,000 for the license, if I remember right. Well, that'll be just about uni time, which would be kind of nice. So y'all won't think I'm just blowing in the wind. Although we haven't caught a common yet, we just all trophies. You're not gonna make a whole lot of money. There we go. Speaking of, there's a nice looking uni 12-pounder. That's no miniature fish. Okay. Like I say, you're not gonna make a lot of money down here, but you can catch a lot of fish and have a lot of fun. And on other videos or other streams, we'll come down here and we'll fish for tarpon or topsail catfish or red drum or snook. Let's see, 3:30. That's a small trophy, but it's still a trophy. Still a trophy. This is a good lure. If you ever get it, don't put it on no little light rig. No 8 or 10 or 12-pound rig, because you come down here or go into Louisiana where there are gar, big gar, and they'll bite that lure and take off with it. You won't be able to turn them, and it's gone. The only way you can get it back then is to come in first, second, or third in a competition where it is a reward. That's it. So you understand here why I'm using a big rig. 40-pound line. I don't want no 20, 25-pound gar, Florida gar, to take off with it, and then I have to beg and plead in a competition to get it back. When they first set the game up, lures and cash and things like that you could gift to other players. Now it's just a few things you can give, like fireworks or lures that nobody really uses. After this cast, I'm going to see if that purple spoon will catch a peacock bass, a uni peacock, or a trophy. Okay, this is what we've done so far. See, we've caught 10 fish. We're averaging about $500 a fish. And that's what I say, you're not going to make a whole lot of money. So this is what we're going to try now. Try this lure. And it's good right in here. About the only place it's good for. Now you throw that into the weeds, and you probably wind up getting hung up. This is a 3-speed stop and go. And between now and about 4:15 to 4:20, is when you have your best chance of catching a peacock bass with this uni. I've tried a lot of different lures, and this seems to be the best one. And like I say, sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you. All we can do is put it out there and try it. But I like fishing at night because in real life fishing, that's when the big bass come out. They come out at night and feed. And this game, I fished down here one time with a gentleman who was actually a pro on the pro bass circuit down in Florida, and they had a bad day or rain out, the weather was all wrong, and they canceled their one day of their tournament. And somebody told him about this game, and he got on here. See, we got hung up. He got on here and was fishing, and he couldn't believe. Now, see, we got us some weeds. He couldn't believe how lifelike this was, and how a lot of the techniques that he uses on a pro bass circuit, he could use in this game and catch fish. He thought that was pretty cool. I thought it was cool too. And somebody fishing for a living could come on this game and catch fish too, using techniques that he uses when he's out on the water catching, trying to win bass tournaments in Florida. Pretty cool. This is another one. This lure you can put on a lighter rig. You can buy it if it gets gone. But that's a pain in the patootie when you're fishing, to have to go and buy, and they may or may not sell it on this lake in the store. So then if that's what you wanted to fish with, only that, you'd have to leave, spend that money, travel back, buy it at the home store, and then travel back. So I put it on a heavy rig too. And if you put them on too light a rig, you get hung up in these. You get hung up in weeds or limb or rocks or stones or shells or whatever, and you can break your line and lose these. That's not too cool. That's another reason for putting it on a heavier rig. But if you like what I'm trying to teach you, go ahead and subscribe. That way you'll get notification via email when anything else is going on. When I reel this in, I'm going to take a quick look and see if we got anybody watching. We've got 3 people watching. Cool. That's more than no people watching. Oops. The peacock unis are a little more finicky, a little harder to catch. And I haven't ever caught one on the Topwater Frog X Series Frog Popper. I'm not saying it won't happen, but I've never caught one that way. I've caught them during the late afternoon with a popper red one or a white one, whichever, white belly with a red back, and fishing another location. We might give it a try. Except I've never tried it. You never know. Might learn something. I always like to learn something. Let's give it a try. Got nothing to lose. Time. Okay. It's top water. Half ounce, 3/4 ounce. That's what we want. 3/4 ounce. Okay. See what it does. There again, this is a 1-speed retrieve. Popping. Let's go right there. Now there are some other lures that work for the bass here, just not as good as that X series. I'll show you one. We'll see what it does for the largemouth. And be sure and keep your rod tight. Keep your line tight. When it goes down like that, those bass can get off down here. Now I'm going right back to the same place because I'm not fishing for largemouth right now. See, that lure gets hung up in the weeds. The hydrilla. Again. You gotta be careful where I gotta be careful where I cast it. It's when I need a good sharp high-powered mag light where I can see out there further, so I don't throw it in the middle of weeds. Wow, that can come out at me, didn't it? I've done that before in real life, and had the lure come singing, slinging, whizzing past my head. That'll wake you up. I've been lucky. I haven't had a hook hung in me like that. If you did, it'd bury deep. Now I'm not one in for pain, where I do a video and show you how to get an embedded hook out of your skin if it's gone below the barb. It's painful, but it doesn't hurt as much as leaving that. Here we got another uni. As leaving that fish hook in you. See, this is working for bass too. Cool. Come on, peacock. I threw it too far. My bad. I'll show you another spot my son likes where bass hide too. He was fishing this spot. We'll get that other lure. They don't seem to be wanting, peacocks don't seem to be wanting to hit this one. It's 422. Now this is the lure he likes. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Well, it's top water. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. The pink frog popper. He likes that one. So if you look right over here, there's a little recess. See that? He caught 16 fish in a row. 16 casts, 16 fish out of that little recess with this lure. I never done it, but he sure did. And you can fish with this one a little bit everywhere. if you stay here day after day after day and fish, I fished here one time, just real fishing, 34 days, just to see what would happen. I caught over 110 unis. Now there are some nights that you have a 9 to 11 and 3 to 5 peak. Let's go back to our frog popper. And you can catch 4 unis on that night. So I averaged over 3 unis per night, which I thought that was unreal. But you know, you get an idea to try something, you try it. You're already here. Just don't lose your lure. Like this next night, we've got a 9 to 11 and then a 3 to 5. So when we get done with this one, we'll go ahead and warp to 9 p.m. the next night. And we'll do a 9 to 11, then another 3 to 5. Now KP Shimano likes to fish for unis early in the morning. And as you've seen, I catch unis. And he works and works and works at it. Okay, that's a small trophy. I thought it was a common the way it came in. It's kind of unusual night. I usually catch a lot of trophies and unis, several unis, at least 2. But I always catch 1 or 2 commons too. Fishing like this, 3 is about the most I've usually caught. Now you can fish starting at 5 a.m. and fish all day long, all night long. And you'll catch a lot of fish. But to fish from 5 a.m. to 5 a.m. the next morning, that's 24 hours. That's 6 hours of real time. That's a lot of fishing. That's a lot of fishing. Your old bottom going to get sore and tired. Your eyes will get tired looking at the monitor. But you can do it. You can fish a while, go away, come back. Fish a while, go away, come back. You could wind up fishing, if you do it a couple hours a day, it'd still take you 3 days to fish 24 hours down here. 2 hours real time at a clip. See how good this lure is? I can't sing the praises enough. Now, it's not quite as good in Louisiana, but it sure is a bass killer in Florida. I used this one in the Lucky Spotted Bass Tournament. you ought to watch that video. I got right down to, I was right, I don't know, 12th or 13th place, something like that. Getting right down the end, I made my last cast, and just as time ended, I caught an 8-pound uni, which would have put me in 2nd place. And then after the tournament ended, I would have been in 2nd place. That would have been cool. I needed 5 seconds, that's it, to land that fish. And it was over. Wasn't meant to be. And last night, I was fishing in the Salmon Clash in Alaska, and just about did the same thing. I made out my last cast, and was working it in. The horn sounds, tournament's over, and then bam, a uni sockeye salmon, which is the highest point fish in that tournament, hit my lure. Didn't count. Got the money and the XP, but that's it. Let's try on this side. At least this time I remembered to turn the microphone on before I started everything. That salmon clash last night, I did it again. I didn't turn the mic on or didn't realize it until 13 game minutes, which is about 4.5 minutes real time. And that's, there we go, there's just a comment. And I explained that in my description that I apologize that I forgot to turn the mic on. Just an old man brain fart. There we go, there's just a comment. I knew they was coming, I just didn't know when. There's not that many. But it's money. They're all money. If you don't catch them, put them in the net, you don't get paid. Okay, 4:52. What we're going to do, get this one in. I'm going to look at chat, and then we'll warp to the next night, a 9 to 11 and a 3 to 5 peak. So, see if I can catch one more fish, one place or the other. This is my favorite spot right over in here, though. I catch more bass on the right side of the tunnel, more unis, than the other two places. They like to hide in the tunnel, I guess. I got time for one more cast because I don't want to go into the extend, because then I have to use a coin. There we go. Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? Get up there. Get up there. That's at least a trophy. Another uni. Okay. That's a good one to quit on. So let's see what we did. Okay. We got 3 unis. Out of 18 fish and 1 common. That means we've got 14 trophies. And we've got almost $9,000, $8,700. So, that's pretty good. I'm not complaining about that. So now let's take a look at what's going on here. Okay. I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning. Okay, let's go here. Oops, don't want to do that. It messed me up. Okay. Now we're going to travel. I'm going to use a coin. We'll go to 9 p.m. See, now I done made most of my expenses there. We'll start the same routine over again, just a different time. We'll fish this pair of peaks and then we'll go to Louisiana. I sure do like catching fish, any kind of fish on the first cast. Almost a uni. Pretty good sized fish. I've got to get a second monitor set up That's my next project, so that I can respond to chat as it occurs. Right now I have to, two of them real close. I have to do an alternate tab. And what in the world was that? That wasn't a very good cast, I know that. I have to do an alternate tab to respond to chat, so just bear with me. I'll get it going. I'll get it going. But whether it's a 3 to 5 or this 9 to 11 and 3 to 5, night fishing is the way to fish down here if you want to catch bass. Back and forth, back and forth. If you got really lucky, you could catch 4 unis with the 2 peaks on the same night. If you got lucky. And a lot of fishing is luck, either in this game or in real life. It's hard to beat luck. And if you put a little bit of skill and a little bit of luck, that's even harder to beat. Stay up there. No, get back up there. Come on, get back up there. It might be, or it's a big trophy, one or the other. Come on, Uni. Come on, Uni. Ah, big trophy. It hit hard enough that it could have gone either way. Nice bass. Well, if I was down in Florida real life fishing, if I caught 3 8-pounders like that, man, I'd be dancing in the boat. Dancing and singing. Every once in a while, you'll see that lure get hit. It'll take it almost to the bottom and take it way off from this location, take it way off to the right on the other side of that little bit of floating reeds to the right side of the screen. Those are the fish that I really want to catch. They are got to be big. A little bit of luck, a little bit of skill. And the way you get skill in this game is just over and over and over. Repetition. Try something. If you find out that it works, make note. Write it down. I've probably got 40 or 50 pages of notes on different lakes. Some people told me, some I've learned, some I've experimented. A buddy of mine and I found a good catfish spot up in Michigan just by accident. And I've told people about it. I still haven't caught a 90-pound catfish though, but I'm trying. And I'll keep on trying. I've only been playing the game a year and 5 months, so it'll come. Well, it's about uni time. If they're awake. Got an itch. I know there's one young man that's watching from the other side of the world, and I appreciate you, Mr. Lewis. He's a lot more computer literate than I am. He's the one who ought to be doing this. When I'm just fishing, he knows how to ask me, and I accept that he can watch me fish through Steam. I'll figure that out. Because there's another buddy of mine that does real good in a competition that I'd like to watch him in a couple of competitions and see just what he does, if he would let me. And I think he would. We help each other. Oops, that's gonna be an old man cast. Yep, I saw it. I saw it coming. That's okay. Okay, Uni. Sometime in the next 5 minutes or 3 hours. But you see what I mean about the big fish coming out at night? If you fish during the day, you catch a lot more commons. And then a trophy or a uni is a big deal because they're not that common during the day. Oh, there was a hit. Did you hear it? Came back and got it. Come on. Now, get back up there. Get back up there, Graff. Come on. Yep, trophy. Now, one thing that I give up by using this big rig is XP. I don't need XP. You might. If you use a smaller rig, you get more XP, but it's a trade-off. You take a chance of losing this lure, and if you do the 30-day challenge and it costs you $60,000 in cash to do that 30-day challenge by paying the extend, then you don't want to lose it. So it's a trade-off. I'll catch the fish if I can and let the XP take care of itself. If you want XP, get you a bottom rod, go to San Joaquin Delta, go on to Beaver Island. When you land, turn around behind you and go fish the opposite shore by the big, they look like telephone poles cut off, pylons, wooden pylons against the shore, 85 feet out, 105 feet out. You'll catch you some sturgeon, and you'll get some good money and XP. And there again, you want to fish those sturgeon at night peaks. 2 to 5 a.m. peak is the best that you can fish there for sturgeon. Use a 3/0 hook and spawn sack, and if you're on a bottom rod, use a 12-inch leader. I know that ain't much, but it works. For a long time I used a default leader and I caught fish, but I didn't catch very many at a time, and I changed to a 12-inch leader. Sometimes you just try something, and it worked. Sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you. Learn just a little bit, pass it on. That's the fisherman's way. Now, something I'm proud of, that Mr. Lewis, he was trying to get up to level 50, and I showed him where to catch the blues and how to catch them off the floating dock, and he fished there all 1 week. He got his level 50, and he was #1 in the world for XP for that week. I think he was more proud of that than getting to 50. But that's an accomplishment, to be #1 in this game at anything. As many people fish, I mean, if it's bream in Russia, or catfish in Michigan, or muskie, or anything, as you get to the top of the leaderboard. As many people play this game, there are thousands playing this game. So #1 is a definite. There we go. See how close those others were to being a uni? 8-4 something. Okay, that was at 9:47 roughly. 9:46, 9:47. So it was a little bit late, but it was still there. We should get one more. I think they spawn, as a general rule, about every hour. 45 minutes to an hour. So you know about when to expect another. It should be about 10:30, somewhere in that neighborhood. And if I could figure out a way to coax them to coming out sooner, well, that would be a video to make. Everybody fishes this game would want to know how to coax those unis to come out before they're supposed to spawn. I could probably sell that information. If you want to know that, here is my embedded email. Give me an email. Send your check to I want to know it now at givemethemoney.com. A little information is a dangerous thing. It's like knowledge. A little bit of knowledge is a dangerous thing. But in this game, a little bit of knowledge will go a long way. Find something that works for you and do it. Just do it over and over and over. These guys that win these competitions on a regular basis, they just don't do it because they got lucky and entered. They go someplace and fish and fish and fish and learn what to do, when to do it, where to do it, how to do it, over and over and over. Try something a little different. I used to fish religiously in Louisiana when I was fishing for gar with a 20-inch leader. I caught the biggest fish I ever caught in a game before they opened up Russia down in Louisiana with a 20-inch leader. And then I noticed a guy that was catching 102, 104, 105 pretty regularly, and I asked him, I said, what leader? Now this is on bobbers. I said, what leader are you using? He said, 18-inch. Give it a try. So I did. And I started catching more fish in the 90 and just over 100 pound category. Now I also caught 6 or 8 more 108 pound, but none as big as that first one I caught on the 20. But I caught more of them. So when I went down this last time in that moonlight gar competition, I started out with 18. Wasn't nothing happening, so I switched to 20, caught a couple. Then nothing. Switched to 19, caught a couple, nothing happening. Switched back to 18, and that's where I finished the competition. Now I didn't place very good. I don't expect, it's like the lottery. If you go to a lottery and buy lottery tickets and spend that money, if you expect to win, chances are it ain't going to happen. It's like 35 billion to 1 or something like that you're going to win a lottery. That's pretty staggering odds. So if you go into that expecting to win, you're in for a lot of disappointment. But if you buy a ticket because, hey, maybe, who knows, lightning does strike. And if you win, well, that's awesome. But if you don't, and you know, if you didn't expect to, it cost you $2 for a ticket. A friend of mine down in North Alabama, his son, he was 25, 26 years old, stopped at the convenience store, get him some gas, get him a Coca-Cola or a Mellow Yellow or something, and the lottery was, I don't know, 13, $15 million, something like that. So he figured, yeah, $2, had a couple dollars change, so he bought a lottery ticket. Well, he hit that dude. He's the only person that I personally know that's ever hit a lottery. But he won $13 million, I believe it was. And he said, I want you to do me a favor. He gave it to his daddy. His daddy is a businessman. He said, I want you to make this grow. Use it in your business, separate account, and make it grow. And give me a little bit. I want a new car, and I want this, and I want that. And that's what he did. Bought him some property. His daddy builds houses too, so they built him a house. Got him a new truck. He didn't want a car, he wanted a truck. Got him a new truck. We're Southern boys. We like trucks. My truck's an '05. It's got close to 300,000 miles on it. F-150, and it still runs like a sewing machine. If it rolls over and dies tomorrow, I'll be happy with what I got out of it. And every once in a while, I almost convince myself into buying a new truck, and then I look at the price tag. Ooh, lordy. $60,000, $70,000 for a pickup truck? That truck I've got, I could rebuild it from bumper to bumper and make it all brand new for a whole lot less than that. So chances are I'm not going to buy me a new pickup truck unless I hit the lottery. And I don't play often enough to even worry about it. People say playing the lottery is gambling. No. Gambling is when you put your money down and expect to win. If you don't expect to win, you're not gambling. And most of the money here is supposed to go towards schools. So if you spend $2, $4, and that percentage of that money goes to schools, that's okay. But I ain't gambling because I never expect to win. Things kind of slowed down, haven't they? We're on a downhill slide of that peak. We're going to take it to a little after 10:30 anyhow, see if we can catch that second uni. If it spawns out for us. And you never know. We go to Louisiana, I got 2 good spotted bass spots and a good largemouth spot, and I only fish for them from 3 to 5 a.m. peak. There is a 6 to 8 that I fish for the spots at one place, spotted bass. I'll show you that too. If the weather's right, we might go there first and see what's happening. But that's after we finish fishing here. And I just keep pounding this tunnel. You can do this with shiners, a 6/0 hook, and bobbers too. 20-inch leader. Cast it over there in the mouth of that tunnel. I'll show you another place for bobbers too. 20-inch leader, 6/0 hook, and a bobber. There we go. It came out early. Okay. There's a sunken boat right here. Looks like a rusted barrel upside down. Right in there, in that hole, you cast in there with your float and your shiner, and you can catch. I've caught trophies and unis. Fish that during the day, overnight, early morning, or the night peaks, and you can catch with bobbers there. The thing I like about fishing with lures is if you fish with live bait, like shiners, let's say they're $75 a piece. Each fish you catch is going to cost you a shiner, 75 bucks. With a lure, if you find a lure that works for you, each fish you catch after you buy the lure doesn't cost you anything. And if you lose that lure and got to buy it back, different story. So don't lose it. I have caught literally hundreds, if not thousands, of bass with this lure. So let's say 1,000. If it cost me 60 bucks to get this lure on that 30-day stay, and what I did not realize is I didn't put all my equipment in the home storage before I went there and get out the cheapest little old rod that you level one rod and put it in one location. No hat, no coat, no boat, nothing. Everything else, every other rod position is empty. Because you don't have to fish. You just have to go there and work from night to night. Then your repair charge, well, is practically nothing. So if it costs $80,000 to do that challenge, and I've caught 1,000 fish, it's cost me 80 cents. 8 cents. I'm sorry. That's right. 80 cents. Per fish, which is a whole lot better than $75 a fish. Now, math ain't my strongest point, but the idea is less per fish. Okay. We caught that second uni, so I'm gonna go ahead and warp to the 3 to 5. Let's go. One thing I wished I could do is pause. OBS does not let you pause. When you're broadcasting or when you're taping or recording. And that would be something that would definitely come in handy, because if you get warm or have to go to the bathroom, you just have to say, "Oops, excuse me, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get something to drink." That's why I keep my green tea here. Now, after we finish this peak, or after finishing here, we'll go to Louisiana. Now, the only advantage to that is, as far as a pause, I can go on the inventory page, and the time doesn't count on it, which is a nice thing. In the game, it counts on in the length of the video that I'm streaming and recording, but it doesn't count in the game time unless you're in an event. Then it does, because once that clock starts, it don't stop for nothing till it goes wah, blows that horn and it's over. Hear them old frog leg rubbers? Man, there's some big frogs in Florida. That's why a lot of them bass are big old healthy bass. Oh, man. Watch what you're doing. Might as well bring it on in now. Pay attention. We were fishing in that Weeping Willow fisheries, talking about how much it costs to go there and fish. One guy said he was so, after coming there, he was already P-O. Said he couldn't afford the O-R to make it poor. I told him I was too poor to pay attention. He liked that. Could not pay attention. Too poor to pay. Well, we're not setting it on fire right now, are we? No, we're not. It's called a rain crow. At least that's what I've always called it. That bird you hear in the background. Well, we're partly cloudy. Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe the birds are scaring them away. Let's try this side. See if we can't stir up a little action. Come on, action, Jackson, stir it up. After this reel in, I'm going to go to chat and see what's going on. And maybe a little pause, give the fish some time to wake up. And he can have a cup of coffee, bowl of cereal, a couple of eggs. We lost one. Well, Willow, and what have I done with my chat now? How do I respond? How do I respond? Here we go. Okay. Let's go back to fishing. Thank you for your question, Mr. Sinclair. All interaction is greatly appreciated. That's what it took. Woke them up, didn't we? Just a momentary pause. Ah, come on, are you uni? Stay up there. Stay up there, chart. Here we go. Okay. That's what I want to do. I want to catch that uni. So now, let's see what we've done. We got 14 fish, $7,000. 3 unis. That's a good evening's work. I could catch one more if I stayed. That just make the video longer. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and leave. And we're going to go to Louisiana. See, that helped me. See, I had 12,800,000 before I went to Weeping Willow. So we got us I already got a license that ends at 6:01 this evening. I wish they put AM or PM on there, or do it in military time so we know what that for sure when that was ending. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use this same rig. We're going to go there. We're going to see when our peaks are. Okay. Right here is when we want to try that. So we go to second time. Now also, right in here, 8 to 9 is a good time to catch uni crappie, white crappie. That's the only time I've caught uni in there. But we're going to go right there from, let's see, where do I want to be? Right here is where I want to be. 3 to 5 a.m. So I'm going to have to warp to day 4 to get there. So it's going to cost me a few coins probably. That's okay. I'm here to, and we want to be here, which is the Pelican Hut. We've already got our rig selected. And when we land, we're going to turn, oh, this is a beautiful morning for flathead catfish. We're just going to turn to our right. Go out here, all the way at the end. If you notice in the map, it says cloudy. Now it doesn't show rain, but every cloudy morning down here, 1, 3, that's all for there right there for the 6 days. But the cloudy morning is always raining, and that's the best time to catch flatheads. Okay, we're out here now. Okay. Let's go on. We want to fish. 3 a.m. So we're going to warp. Okay. We want to be at day 4. So it's going to cost us a coin. Use my wheel. Go 1 day. Okay. Warp. See, now it doesn't cost a coin. Okay, we're on day 3. So let's double check. Make sure. Okay, see, this is where we're coming next. So that's where we want to fish. So we're going to time. There we're there. All it cost was the 1 coin because you went from night to night. Okay, right here. Right there is spotted bass. And right there, all the way down the end, that's largemouth. So we're going to start with spotting. It's about 90 feet or so out there. Same retrieve. One speed, pop. And these unis are a lot harder to come by than the largemouth down in Florida. That same deal. I catch one there, whatever I catch. Now this is a lot longer cast, as you can see. But I catch one and move to the next spot. After this cast, I'm going to show you where that spot is. We'll cast a couple just to see what happens. I haven't fished it at this time of morning. We'll see if there's anything there. Might be surprised. Matter of fact, the only time I have fished is in a competition. So what we're going to do is we're going to, so I can show you where it is a little easier. We go here. So when you land at the Pelican Hut, okay, you turn to the right, go around the end. See that stump sticking out there? You want to go to the right of it, right out to the end. See, there's my marker. Let's see if there's anything here this time of the morning. I said I've never fished it of a morning. I've always fished. Whoops. I've always fished it of a 6 to 9 afternoon, evening. Did you see those 3 trees back there? These two and this, you're really aiming kind of right in the middle. I'll see if I can get it right on the money. That's the middle of that hydrilla, and it's about 70 feet out. So now you know where, you know the distance, and the time for there is 6 to 9, that upward moving peak that I told you. That 7 to 9 is when they fish for the white crappie. Okay, that's where it is. So now we'll get back to where we want to be. So I can hop around faster than I can walk. Just turn to the right out to the end. This first, you can get lost on these walkways. The guy sent me a marker. I spent 15 or 20 minutes of real time trying to find it, looking on the map to see where the marker was, then trying to find it on the walkway. Finally, he said, "Look, follow me," and I found it, but it was hilarious. Couldn't figure out where I was. Now, most of the time, these spots, you get a spot or a uni largemouth, and it's usually right around 4 o'clock. But you have to, it's like you have to entice them and lead up to when you're going to catch one. Did you see that? It comes right up after the lure when I come off the lily pads. Pretty cool. See the difference though, as far as fish that you catch, and I've tried other lures. This is the best all-around bass lure in the game as far as I know. Now, there's one gentleman that just, the way he works it, to him, thank you, Trophy. is a walker, X-Series walker, and he catches a lot of fish. But it's just what he likes and what he prefers. Try other lures. Try pink frog. Try red frog. Now they cost you coins. So if you don't have them, don't waste them. Use your coins to warp when you don't want to sit around for an hour, hour and 45, hour and 50 minutes for your cool down period. Use your coins for that. Your time is worth more than that lure. At least it is to me. Try a little bit on the right side. It would be nice if these markers were where the fish were actually caught, not where you cast to start your retrieve. Or if you mark it with a bobber, when you're fishing with bobbers, then in all probability that's where you caught the fish. But if you put a buoy out there from when you catch one on lures, see, I catch one now, I catch a uni now and put a bobber, put a buoy out there, it's going to put it way out there at the end where I cast to, not where I caught it. That's one of the problems with lure fishing in Alaska. It's not where you caught the fish, it's where you started to retrieve before you caught the fish. I have no idea what that bird is. I know it's loud and it's hollering for some reason. Okay, there was a nice strike. Missed it. Let's see if we get something, tie something. Come off the lily pads for us. It's awful dark to be so clear, according to the indicator up on the left. Thank you. But it's a game, and it's set up the way the developers want it set up, so you just have to deal with it. It's their product. If you don't like it, find another game. We're going to stop this expedition a little after 4, and we'll start again on Tuesday. I'm going to start streaming from on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'll do my best to start as close to 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time as I can, which would put it about 2 o'clock CTU time. Trophy largemouth maybe. Maybe. There we go. See, trophies here are not as big as they are in Florida. You get an 8-pound fish here where it's just a big trophy. In Florida, that's a uni here. Different lake, different rules. I'm going to show you one other spot that I do catch spotted bass from time to time. I don't have a marker set there because, that was a big hit. Okay, you're all the way to the dock. Right. Turn right around to your left. Wish I could see in the dark. It'd be a whole lot easier. Here we go. All that reflection is right in here. Back in here. Okay? Let's give it a try. It's open water. I got a chore to run in a little bit. I load my horse in the back seat of my truck. And my Great Pyrenees. He loves to ride. Loves to stick his head out the window and let the wind blow in his face and his ears. He got his own seat belt. I make sure he can't get hurt. He's just another member of the family. Let's see, let's walk on up to the edge here. Now we're going to cast to the left. Bring it close to the edge of them lily pads. Oops. Y'all got to tell me when I do that. Just holler it out. Say, hey, dummy, look. I might hear you by osmosis. Mental telepathy. Mr. Lewis was over there fishing with me at that Weeping Willows Fisheries. He's got to agree. Expensive. But once you buy the gear, you got it. Unless you sell it. You're never going to sell it for what you paid for it, but you could sell it. Use that money for something else. At least now if I go there and fish, all it costs me is $20,000 for travel and license. That's not too bad. It's almost that much in Alaska. There you go, you didn't holler. Alaska and California. But the fishing in Alaska, California is a little bit more aggressive. More happens faster. Seems like all the European lakes are slow. Maybe it's because the people are just laid back. So they want it slow. That's okay. To each his own. Okay, 3:56. The light's supposed to start happening. Pop daylight here. Boy, it's unbelievable how quick it gets daylight. It doesn't just ease on up on you. It just, bam, it's there. So is there a uni here for us? We'll take a uni spot or a uni largemouth, either one. You ain't gonna get rich catching bass here either. You ain't gonna get rich catching just about anything here. You catch a lot of gar. Fill your net up in a hurry and extend and come back and catch more. That's about the fastest way to get money here. bam. See, it just, bam, it jumps on you. We'll try a couple more casts. If a uni doesn't show up, we'll just call it a day, call it a morning, or maybe in your case, call it an afternoon, and wait till next time. See if we can do better. But thank y'all for tuning in and watching with me. Watch some other videos. See if there's something there I can help you with. Learn just a little bit can make a big difference in whether or not you catch more or bigger fish. And that's what I want to do. I want to help you. I'm going to have fun. But if I have fun helping you, then that's doubly good as far as I'm concerned. Try 2 more casts at each location, and we'll call it put an end to it. We'll stick a fork in it. It's done. We'll talk 2 here and then 1 more back the other place at the other marker. But if you're fishing here, you can, in your game, you can fish on till 5 o'clock or just before. Then you can warp to the next night, to a night peak. Come on. You tried. Come on. Okay. Okay, when I finish with this and I go to the chat screen, if there's any place that you would like me to fish Tuesday, let me know. Oh, that was a big hit. See how that lure went down the bottom? Nobody in the game has told me, and I've asked a lot of people, how to turn those hard strikes like that into catches, and nobody knows. It's just part of the game. That's where you catch that one. Okay, 1 more over here, and it'll be a wrap. Yeah, maybe 2. Come on, let's end on a bang. How about it? Let's end on a bang. Now you see I've cast anywhere from 110 to 160 feet back in there. Did I? Did I? A trophy? Trophy? Come on, climb back up there. Climb back up there. Ah, trophy. Okay. That looks like a good one to call it quits on. So let's do this. Stop the time. Go here. Thank you for the kind words. Back on the stream Tuesday. for watching. Good luck. Tight lines. God bless you and your family. Y'all come back now. You hear? Goodbye. Thanks again for y'all watching.